All right, hi, and welcome back to another edition of Ram Country Conversations. I'm your host, Brian Roth. Great to have everybody with you. And, happy to be joined by Bill Hempen, the head women's soccer coach here at Colorado State. Coach, great to see, obviously, so much uncertainty in the world here these days, has been for about 5+ months. I'm curious how you, your staff, and players have been coping with the current situation.
The kids have done pretty good. They're doing the best they can, being 18 to 22-year-olds. I think it's hard to have them, hunkered down in an apartment or in their the room they grew up in at mom and dad's house. But I think for the most part, we've got a pretty good group doing their best to do all the right things. So that's really all you can ask of them. And but we've kept in touch. We've done a couple of these moments, several of these Zoom meetings with captains, with players. I try to send out a little tidbit of information about once or twice a week in a group message. So we're doing our best to stay as connected as we possibly can.
Well, I know you and your staff are still really busy, not necessarily with soccer stuff, but more with soccer scheduling. And the upcoming season here, of course, women's soccer is a fall sport. Mountain West Conference limiting number of contests to 16 plus a bonus game. And of course, we still don't know if that's going to be the final number, as you and I had talked before off the air. But let's talk about the schedule as it sits currently right now. 16 plus 1. You have the Colorado Cup with DU and the University of Colorado, away games at Texas Tech, SMU. Kind of take us through the schedule as it stands right now.
Well, when we lost a few games, and our Colorado Cup event is usually a 3-game event, pared it down to a 2-game event. Of course, we've got the top 2 teams in the state with Denver and CU, which was fine. That's the whole point of it. So, that's an easy one for our kids to deal with as far as being prepared mentally and physically, because it's kind of a bragging rights kind of a situation, much like the football games with CU and CSU. Going off to play Texas Tech, Joe's old stomping grounds down there, and actually playing against not necessarily a young man anymore, but I coached him when he was at Duke many, many years ago. Tom Stone has done a great job at Texas Tech. Another friend of mine at SMU. It seems like we're spending a lot of time in Texas. Those are the easiest flights, easiest in and outs that we could get. So it's actually it's a very challenging non-conference schedule when you pare it down to 17 games for sure.
Yeah, and again, you had to make some adjustments. You had 4 non-conference home games in the original schedule, and obviously the pandemic has bitten into that. Now, no home non-conference games. All right, let's talk about the roster. You guys lost 6 seniors from last year, 2 starters from that, but you return a lot of all-caliber type players, and Gabby McDonald, Gracie Armstrong, Addie Wright. Tell us a little bit about what the expectations are this year, because let's not forget, you guys are coming off the best season in program history with 12 wins last year.
Yeah, we actually gathered that as a staff yesterday as the first time we actually face-to-face or face mask to face mask in the office, because we were going to talk about our preseason schedule, and we were in our meeting room, social distancing, and looking up on the boards at the names, and I'm like, that's a pretty good group of kids, and we're fortunate that they really did a good job of laying the groundwork for the future of the program. So the kids returning, the young ones coming in, they're hungry, they're very bright students, as well as you hear the term soccer IQ a lot, or just in general sports IQ. So they're thinking the game. They're not looking for answers in a book. They're thinking the game. So I think the combination of how bright they are as students, and then the fact that they're students of the game and thinkers of the game, is really going to kind of continue to carry us, because those are the kinds of kids that we've kind of zeroed in on.
Well, we hope that all the preseason workouts can begin on August the 4th, and hopefully we play that 17-match schedule. But again, I know everything is awfully fluid at this point. Bill, thanks so much. I know you're extremely busy. Appreciate you taking a couple of minutes and joining us here today.
Excited to do it, Brian.
All right, that's Bill Hempen, and women's soccer coach here at Colorado State. I'm Brian Roth. Thanks for joining us on Ram Country Conversations.